Hi everyone, it's me, Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. Today we have a very long overdue practice for ballet dancers, so yoga for ballet dancers. This practice is really personal to me because ballet is my starting point for movement, and it kind of led me to yoga practice. To help with injuries and just general stress relief in the body, as well as strengthening. So I'm so excited for you to join me today. And a couple things before we get started. If you're new to yoga and you are a ballet dancer, there's a couple things to just keep in mind. First thing is we're going to pay a lot of attention to breathing, which is something we often forget about in ballet till it's too late and we're like huffing and puffing. And we're also going to not worry as much about what the pose looks like. So this is really time for you to just feel your body, feel what the poses feel like to you, what sensations you feel, and not worry about any external sort of judgment or judgment putting on yourself. So, with all of that said, let's get started laying down today. So, go ahead and stretch your legs out long. You can bring your arms overhead and just feel your whole body lengthening as you land on your mat. Good. You can circle the ankles, maybe close the eyes. Good. And then hugging the knees into the chest for a moment to just lengthen that low back into the mat. Good. And then we'll plant the feet down. It can be hip width distance or a little wider. You can kind of knock your knees together into a nice little turn in. We're just going to start by working on a full deep breath. You can place one hand on your lower belly, one hand on your ribs or your chest. And don't be afraid to really allow the hands to rise as you breathe in. And notice how they naturally fall as you breathe out. You want to get a nice full inhale and a nice full exhale. Seeing if we can breathe in and out through the nose. But whenever you need to exhale out through the mouth, just go ahead and feel free. Good. And then we're going to try a couple rounds of 3-part breathing. So we're going to see if we can inhale in first through the belly, then through the ribs, and then into the upper chest. And then exhale out through the chest. Feel the ribs deflate and the belly. Belly, ribs, chest, breathing in, and chest, ribs, belly, breathing out. Feeling that wave-like motion in the breath for a couple more rounds. Good, one more round. Beautiful. Bring the hands to rest by your sides. Go ahead and heel toe your heels in line with your hips and a little bit closer to your body so your fingertips can almost touch those heels. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, feeling that slow deflating of the belly down, and see if you can actively pull that belly button down towards the mat. So starting to engage, we call it Uddiyana Bandha in yoga, but it's that transverse abdominal. So inhale, release it, feel the belly expand. And exhale, the bottom of the exhale, just a slight, gentle hugging in of those lower abs. A couple more rounds like that. Almost imagine that your two hip points, your left and right hip point, are drawing in together on the exhale. One more round. This time at the bottom of the exhale, you're going to press into your feet and lift your hips up to bridge pose. Big inhale in at the top. And exhale to feel the hips descend back down. Inhale with the hips down. Exhale, belly draws down, press into the feet, lift the hips. Inhale at the top. Make sure your knees aren't splaying out, and exhale to lower down. Let's take one more. Good. Right knee hugs into the chest. Go ahead and slide that left heel out along your mat. Big stretch in the hips. Nice inhale here. Exhale, just crossing the right knee over to the left for your twist. Right arm can reach out. No need to force here. Notice if there's any pinching, and if there is, just kind of back off. Good. Inhaling back to center. This time opening up the right knee towards the right armpit. You can start to kick the foot up just towards the ceiling. Reach to the outer right foot and see if you can pull into your half happy baby. Be sure to keep the left hip grounded. One more breath here. Good. Release the right foot. We're going to come into half butterfly. So outer edge of the right foot comes down. Just feel that right hip nice and open. Good. And sliding the right foot down to meet the left. Let's take another full body stretch. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Feet plant. Hands plant down. Let's take some more bridges. With your own breath, inhaling at the top, exhaling to lower. Good. Pressing into all four corners of those feet. Your next bridge pose you might want to hold. You can interlace your hands and roll your shoulders back. That might feel good. Lifting the hips a little higher. Good, and then release. Left knee comes in, right leg lengthens out. Feel free to take any movement that feels good. Big inhale into the belly. Exhale, twist. Left knee to the right, left arm can open. See if you can breathe into your torso as you twist. Good. Inhaling back to center. Then the left knee opens out to the left shoulder. Just kick the left foot up towards the ceiling. grab for the outer left edge of the foot, and then imagine you're pulling that foot down, stacking over the knee, down. So big hip stretch in the left inner thigh. Keep that right hip grounded. So it might take a little energy in that right quad to feel that leg rooted down. Good, and then releasing the left foot to the earth, little half butterfly. You might get a nice hip pop. Good, full body stretch. Exhale, knees to chest. Good, rocking the knees side to side, making circles. And if it feels good on your spine today, we're going to begin rocking forward and back. You might like this, you might say, no, I need to skip this, that's fine. Just massaging those big muscles that sideline the spine, as well as scooping that Uddiyana Bandha, low belly core. Good, one more. And crossing the ankles or swinging the legs around, we're going to come into all fours. And actually, let's sink back into a child's pose for a moment. Shimmying the hips out, big toes are touching, hands reaching forward. Grounding down here. Feeling the forehead heavy into the mat. Really taking this time for you. You can always come back to this child's pose whenever you need a break. Let's take one more breath. Beautiful. Begin to energize through the fingertips, and we'll rise up into tabletop. Good. And we're just going to start with some hip circles. So kind of drawing the hips around towards one side, forward, and towards the other. You might feel this in the glutes. Good. Reverse the circle. As we do this, just notice your breath as your constant, your music, your constant background to your practice. Good. And come up into your tabletop. Make sure everything's stacked. We're going to tuck the toes. Take a big inhale, nice neutral spine. Exhale, we're going to hover the knees. Good. Feel the whole core turning on. Feel that box, that rectangle from shoulder to shoulder, hip to hip. One more breath. Good. Drop the knees, drop the belly, lift the gaze, breathe in. Exhale to curl. Nice cat and cow. Feeling the head and the tail work in opposition. And coming back to center. I forgot to say, if you have really sensitive knees, you can, especially if on hardwood, you can pad the knees with a blanket or a sweatshirt or something. We'll be on the knees for a little bit. So from our tabletop, we're going to inhale the left arm up. And exhale, just threading it through. Come onto the left shoulder, the left side of the head. Make sure your hips didn't shift over to the right. We want the twist to come from the upper back, and maybe you reach those right fingertips forward. Two more breaths here. Good. Replant the right hand and make your way back to table. Good. This time we're going to bring, let's bring the left toes back and start to, let's do the right toes back. I just want you to be able to see me for the next part. So right toes back, and we are going to keep the toes on the ground and shift forward and back. So you should get a nice stretch in that Achilles, as well as the bottom of the foot. And as you do this, careful that we're not dropping into the low back. This is another opportunity to feel the support of your core. Good. Now we're going to turn the left shin almost parallel to the mat and come onto the outer edge of the right foot, opening up, big stretch, nice modified side plank. Feel that right side lengthen. One more breath. Good, then we're going to bring the right fingertips to the side of the mat, and slowly we're going to crawl to the back, face the back of the mat for our low lunge. Good. Inhale here, pull your heart forward. Exhale, hip shift back towards our half splits hamstring stretch. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Two more. Rolling through that foot. Good, last one. Come forward to your lunge. Make sure this knee is stacked right over the ankle. Tuck the back toes and lift the back knee. Good, right hip feels like it's pulling back. We're going to plant the left hand. Big inhale, right arm reaches up. Exhale into the twist. Feel free to circle that right wrist. One more inhale, reach. Exhale, looking down at that left hand, we're going to start to make sure this left shoulder is stacked over the left hand. We're going to start to come onto the outer edge of the left foot and step that right foot back to side plank on the left side. Good. Start to feel that left glute engage, left oblique. You've got it. One more breath in. Exhale, regular plank. Inhale here. And exhale, downward facing dog. First downward dog, so pedal it out. Hips are lifting high. Hands are planted firmly. Good. We're going to inhale high onto the toes, so coming towards your releve. Good, then roll forward to plank. Exhale, bend the knees, shift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. So nice little spinal ripple. Inhaling forward to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let the lift of the heels bring you forward. Let the lift of the hips bring you back. One more. Awesome. Dropping the knees. Feel free to take a child's pose for a moment, or you can come up and just circle out the wrists if you're feeling it in the wrists. So take a moment, and then we're going to go to the other side. So starting in our tabletop, inhaling the right arm up high. Exhale, we're going to thread it through. Come onto the right shoulder. Careful the hips don't shift to the left. Left arm can reach over head. Nice stretch in those upper back muscles. One more breath. Good. Replant the left hand, coming back up into table. This time the left foot comes back. Toes are down and we're just shifting forward and back. Warming up through that ankle. Good. Then turning the right shin, grounding that left foot, grounding that right hand, and left arm reaches out and forward. Enjoy this big stretch. One more inhale. Exhale, the left hand comes down and we continue the journey back to the front of the mat, turning on that back knee. Nice low lunge when you get there. Big inhale to pull the heart through. Exhale to shift back. And going with your own breath. Checking in with the hips and hamstrings. Let's take one more. Good, and stacking that knee over the ankle, tuck the back toes, nice runner's lunge. Feel that left hip pulling back, right arm plants. Inhale for your twist. One more inhale. Exhale, look down at that right hand. We're stepping back into side plank on the right side. Starting to fire up our practice. If you want more of a challenge, you can look up towards those top hands. Awesome. One more inhale. Exhale to regular plank. Inhale, shift your weight a little bit forward, and exhale, lower all the way to the belly, elbows draw in. Good, untuck the toes. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, we're gonna do a couple more of these. Feeling the tailbone lengthening down towards the heels. So inhaling up, exhaling down, just a baby cobra. One more. Good, this time press up through plank. If you've got it, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, we're gonna look forward to the hands. Take lots of little steps up for a nice ragdoll fold. So the feet can be hip width distance, and feel free to bend those knees so it comes a little more into the low back. You can clasp opposite elbows and sway. You can shake the head, yes and no. Beautiful. Inhaling here. Exhale, feel the tailbone drop, and that allows you to slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Finding our mountain pose. So your feet can stay hip width distance, or if you'd like to do the big toes touching, heels are slightly apart. Just feel this mountain pose for a moment. So shifting your weight forward and back on the feet, spreading the toes. A little energy up through the legs. Tailbone is dropping straight down. Heart is lifting. Shoulders are relaxed down. Good. Let's interlace the hands behind the back. Roll the shoulders down even more. Just going to take a nice little neck stretch. So just dropping one ear towards the shoulder. So you're getting a good stretch through the side of the neck. The more you feel your shoulders pulling down, the more you'll feel this in your neck, and you can kind of turn the chin to play around with that. Good, slowly come up through center, other way. Nice easy neck stretch. As we do this, our feet are still pushing down. Our tailbone's still dropping. Tendency is to arch the back. So takes a little engagement. Okay, one more breath. And slowly come back to center. Release the hands. All right, let's flow. Big inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, we're going to lengthen halfway here. Careful not to lock back in the knees and hyperextend. Maybe take a quiet little bend in those knees. Exhale, we're going to release down, step the feet back to plank. Inhale again, shift forward a little bit. Exhale, lower all the way to the belly, untuck the toes. Inhale, cobra. You might press up a little higher this time. Exhale, downward facing. Good. Inhale, we're going to lift the right leg, three-legged dog. Try to keep it turned in this time. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forward towards your plank. We're going to step it all the way up for that runner's lunge. Pulling back on the right foot, we're going to rise up, high lunge. All right, we're going to flow a little bit with the arms. So nice inhale here. Exhale, we're going to bend the elbows towards goddess. Inhale, sweep them forward and up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, reach up and forward. Exhale, bend. Inhale, up and forward. Take 2 more rounds. Rooting through that front heel. Good. This time, stay in your goddess arms. You're going to slowly twist left elbow forward. Right hand comes to the left thigh. Little reverse lunge. One big line from this left hand through that left hip flexor, back through the left foot. Big inhale here. You've got it. Exhale, plant the left hand down. Right arm reaches up. Good. Stepping back for side plank. Option to lift the right leg this time if you want to add on a little more glute strength. You've got it. One more inhale. Exhale to plank. Optional flow. You can meet us in downward dog. You can shift down to chaturanga and upward facing dog. Or belly to cobra. We'll meet in downward dog. Next inhale, lifting that right leg again, same leg. This time open up the hips, so coming into that turnout. You can bend the knee, maybe circle the ankle. Keep pressing through the right hand. Keep the breath going. Big inhale, re-extend. Exhale, knee to nose, shifting forward. Reaching up, high lunge. This time, open up, warrior 2, grounding that back heel. The hips are now opening towards more of that external turnout position in the hips. Make sure the right knee is tracking. And make sure that tailbone is dropping down, so we're not arching. Inhale to flip the front hand. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, side angle. Flowing with your breath. Inhale to center. Exhale, warrior 2. And exhale, side angle. If you want to bring that hand down inside of the foot, you can. One more. Good. Inhale, warrior 2. Cartwheel the hands down, and you can make your way downward facing dog. Feel free to take a flow or a child's pose. Good. On our next inhale, we're going to lift the left leg, Hips are pointing straight down. Exhale, knee to nose. Good, stepping it up, getting ready for a high lunge. Really root into the heel. The tendency for ballet dancers is we want to put our weight in the toes, and that's going to turn on the quad in this turned in position. If we stick our heel down, that allows us to get into those hamstring and glutes. So experimenting with that. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, bend. Going with your own breath. Good. You can always take an exhale out through the mouth if you're feeling like you lost your breath. It's a nice little reset. Let's bring the right elbow forward, coming into our twist. Left hand back towards that right thigh. Lots of length through the right side. One more inhale. Exhale to plant the right hand. And we're coming back into our side plank. Try your best to breathe here. One more inhale. Exhale, regular plank, optional flow. Inhale, the left leg rises, opening up the hip this time, should feel good. Knee can bend, ankle can circle. Feel that good calf stretch in the right side. You've got it. One more breath in, extending that leg. Exhale, knee to nose, shifting forward. Step it up. Rising up, high lunge. Big breath in. Exhale, warrior two, pressing down. Go through your checklist. Feeling that nice external rotation in the legs. Inhale, flip the front hand. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Careful if you're holding any tension in the face here. We all do it. Just kind of check in. One more. Inhale, warrior two. Good. Cartwheel the hands down. And optional flow. I'm going to skip it. Always a chance for a child's pose. Let's just take a cleansing breath together. In through the nose. Open the mouth. Let it go. Good. Inhale to look forward. Bend the knees. And exhale, stepping up. Forward fold. This time we're going to inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Relax the back of the neck. Inhale, reach all the way back up. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Mountain pose again. Palm shine forward. This time we're going to interlace our hands the weird way, so the way you normally don't do. Roll those shoulders down and sink down into chair. Good, nice incline chair here. See if you can shift your weight back out of those toes, lifting the toes off the mat. Good, then spread the toes and replant them down. Good, inhale to rise, release the hands, come into tree pose, standing on the left leg. So you can reach down, grab the heel, and place it up to that inner thigh, pushing that inner thigh muscle into your heel. So engage that left inner thigh. Good, drop the tailbone. Hands can come heart center. Or maybe they reach up. You can also have your foot on the calf today, depending on how you're feeling. And releasing down. other side right away, tree pose. Beginning to work into those intrinsic foot muscles to help us with standing leg stability and balance. One side might be wobblier than the other. That is normal. One more breath and release back down. Inhale, we'll lift the arms up. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold, step back to your plank and lower down your version. Inhale, heart opens. Exhale, hips lift. Good. Inhale, right leg rises, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Shift it up, high lunge. Inhale, arms lift. You've got it. Exhale, elbows bend. Find your balance on that right leg. Feel the stretch in the left hip flexor. One more inhale. And exhale. This time, as our hands lift up and forward, we're going to shoot onto that right leg, lift the left leg, one-legged Tadasana. Good. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh, coming into our figure four chair. Palms are together. Good. Inhale, rise back up, one-legged Tadasana. Then we're going to tilt forward to warrior three. Hands can keep pressing together or reach back, turning in the back leg. Inhale up. Exhale, come back to that figure four chair. We're going to go through this a couple rounds. If you lose your balance, that's okay. So inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, figure four chair. One more round. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, figure four. Good, I lied. Last one. And then from our warrior three, we're going to bend the right knee, step back, high lunge. Whew, you've got it. Exhale, warrior two. Good, inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Enjoy this part. You're on two legs now. If you get off with the breath, just keep the breath flowing with your movement. All good. Good. From your warrior two, we're going to straighten the front leg, turn the toes in, and fold forward, wide-legged fold. I'm actually going to turn to face you guys. So just a nice wide-legged fold here. Relax the head down. If the head reaches the earth, just make sure that it's the crown of the head reaching. And bring your hands back in line with the feet towards your chaturanga arms. See if you can scoop the low belly. Weight is not back in the heels, but it's evenly forward. Good. And walking the hands out. So the hands are stacked under the shoulders. We're just going to take a nice twist here. So imagine you could put your weight on your hands and lift your heels. And feel as you lift your heels, just that slight engagement in that Uddiyana Bandha. Okay. And from there, right hand comes to the center. Inhale, left arm up. Don't let your hips shift to the left. See if you can keep them even. Have this twist. Ooh, come from that upper back. One more inhale. Exhale, release, switch sides. And slowly lower. Good. We're going to crawl the hands back towards the top of the mat, coming into our lizard lunge. So make sure you guys have the other leg as me. Let me go back. Make sure the right shoulder is inside of this right knee. That's what makes it our lizard lunge. The knee can turn out if that gets you a better hip stretch. Feel free to come onto the forearms if that is available. Or you can even take that quad stretch, reaching back with the right hand. So we're nice and warm. Getting that good, juicy stretch. Come back to those slow, long inhales and exhales. Good. Release the foot if you had it come up off the forearms. Let's just make our way back into our downward facing dog. Take any movement that feels good here. If you want to take another flow, you can. When you're ready, inhale to look forward, and exhale, making your way up for a forward fold. Inhale to lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Good. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart, resetting here. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank, your version. Feel free to skip the flow. Inhale to lift the left leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, shift forward, step it up, high lunge. Elbows bend. Inhale, arms forward and up. Going with your breath. Each time you circle the arms, you go a little deeper into the legs. This time, as the hands reach forward and up, we launch ourselves up, one-legged Tadasana on the left leg. Breathe in. Exhale, figure four chair. Sink down. Good. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, warrior three, right toes pointing down. Inhale, that hamstring pulls us back up. And exhale, sinking down, figure four chair. Couple more. The goal is to challenge the standing leg while maintaining that calm, easy breathing, fluid motion. If you fall, just get back up. This is our last warrior three. Softening the left knee so we can stick the landing, high lunge. Big breath in. Exhale, warrior two. And going into your flow. Feel the tailbone dropping. Last warrior two. Good. Turn the toes to the wide edge of the mat. Inhale to lift your heart. Exhale to fold forward. Opting to bring the hands along the outsides of the feet. Maybe you grab the big toes with the two peace fingers. letting those sitting bones spread. Good. Inhaling to walk the hands out in front of you again. This time turning the heels in, toes out for goddess squat or grand plie second. Good. So let's start just with the hands on the thighs. Inhale to scoop the belly here. Exhale, one shoulder down. Inhale through center. And exhale, other way. Pressing into those outer edges of your feet. So often we talk about lifting the front of the arches in ballet, which is great, but see if you can press down through the outsides and see how that changes how your glutes are working. Just an idea for today. Good. Let's rise up into our goddess squat. Let's actually bring the hands to heart and just kind of shifting in the breeze. Imagine your spine is like a little, like a blade of grass in the wind as our hips shift side to side. Good. And straightening out the legs, you can kind of shake your thighs out. Let's make our way down into our lizard lunge on this side. So left leg is forward. I kind of like to kind of shimmy out my hips here to find the best stretch. You can play around with those left toes if you want them pointed out. Option to come down onto the forearms, finding that twist, or you can find that quad stretch. Nice, slow, deep breaths. One more. Good. Stepping back into our downward facing dog. This is our last downward dog, so get the most out of it by pedaling the feet, maybe lifting a leg. Good. We're going to look forward to our hands. Step or hop your feet outside of your hands for Malasana Yogi Squat. So if you want to jump, just get a nice little bend in your knees, look forward, and just bring the hands outside, or the feet outside the hands. Good, feel free to rock side to side a little bit. I want to bring the hands together and the elbows inside of the knees so we can drop the hips, lift the heart. If your heels are lifted, that's normal. You can roll up your mat, stick it under your heels, or you can continue rocking side to side in a little froggy squat. Let's take one more breath. Good. Slowly bring your hands back behind you and come to seated. You can windshield wiper those knees a little bit. Hard part is almost over. We're just going to do a little more core. So let's come into boat pose. So lean back and begin with the toes down. Just inhale your shoulders up. Exhale, roll them down. As you roll them down, feel the heart actually lift here and feel the scoop coming from the lower abs. As we lift the shins, feel free to lift the feet all the way up. I'm going to stay here today. Maybe you let go with the arms. Good. We're going to lower to low boat and then rise back up with a sharp exhale out through the mouth. Imagine you're making an HA sound. It's going to go like this. Come and join me. We're going to inhale down, exhale up. 8 more. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's go all the way down into our full body stretch. Awesome work. You did it. We're laying back down. Feel how nice it is to let those abs relax. Okay. We are going to repeat some of what we did at the beginning of class. I will add an option for wheel pose if that is something you're interested in. Otherwise, let's come into our bridge pose. So setting up the feet, been here before. Inhale in, exhale, pressing the feet up. Good option to interlace the hands again, roll the heart open. Inhaling at the top and exhaling to lower down. Good, repeating that bridge pose or bringing the hands back to frame the ears, elbows drawing in. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, pressing onto the top of the head and then lifting all the way up for wheel. Making sure the shoulder girdle is nice and strong. No pain in the low back. If there's pain, we come out of it. One more breath here. Tuck the chin so you can lower safely down. Feel that rush of energy. Nice. Nice job. Feet are planted flat. Let's bring the right knee into the chest. This time we'll extend the leg for our hamstring stretch. Left foot can stay planted or you just slide it down along the earth. Feel that right hip pulling away from the right shoulder. Soft through the face and shoulders. Good. Bring the leg over to the left, so bring it into the left hand. Slowly pull it just slightly over to the left. Option to bend the left foot, plant the left foot on the floor. Kind of shift your hips to the right a little bit, and then you can reach up, grab this left foot for a quad stretch as we drop the right foot over to the right. I'm not dropping it all the way to the right because I have this wall. If you don't have space like me, you might have to wiggle. Okay, big IT band stretch. Maybe you added the quad stretch. One more breath here. Good, come back to center. Now opening the right leg out to the right for an inner thigh stretch. Option to grab onto the left knee for more of a straddle, or let the left leg lengthen out. One more inhale, bring the leg back up to center, and exhale, plant the right leg down, switching sides, nice and easy. Left leg comes into our hamstring stretch. We stay the right foot planted or we lengthen the right leg. Wherever the hands land is perfectly good. You can grab that foot. Maybe you grab the calf and point and flex the foot. Good. So just letting the left leg fall to the right, however feels best for you. If you'd like to grab the quad stretch, you just kind of have to lift the head to grab it, however works for you. And this side I'll show you can drop this foot all the way down to the right. Inhaling back up to center. And then open the left leg out to the left. You can grab the right knee or lengthen the right leg down. Feeling your breath lengthen back out. Really allow the breath to fill the belly once more. Good. Inhale the leg back up to center and release. Good. So last little moment to take whatever feels good on your back here. Maybe windshield wiper or grab the knees into the chest. And a couple options for our final resting pose. Something you might like to do would be a supine butterfly, hands resting on the torso or nice and open. You can come into a traditional shavasana with the feet lengthening to the corners of the mat, the palms face up. Or if you have a wall nearby, you might kind of shimmy the hips towards the wall and let the feet rest on your wall and let the blood just drain down any inflammation you might have in your feet. Wherever you are, see if you can close the eyes, finding stillness. Notice where your thoughts have gone, where they've drifted to, and just bring your awareness back to your body, scanning the body, making sure all the muscles are relaxing. Feeling the breath once more. If you have time, you can pause the video and just keep relaxing for as long as time allows for. Otherwise, beginning to find nice, gentle, small movements, rolling over onto either side when you're ready. And pushing yourself back up. Good, coming into a comfortable seat. Bringing the hands to heart center. And we'll just finish our class with one final breath together. Inhaling in and exhaling out. Thank you all so much for joining me. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and check out some of my other shorter videos. I have lots of different ones, different lengths and whatnot. Thank you all so much. Namaste.